Have you ever felt like your prayers were going unanswered? Let me tell you a powerful story that might change your perspective. Picture this: a man finds himself alone in the vast ocean after a devastating shipwreck. As the waves crash around him and his strength begins to fade, he somehow manages to reach a deserted shore. Exhausted and afraid, he does what many of us would do. He calls out to God for help. Hours turn into days and days into weeks. Each morning, he wakes up with hope in his heart, scanning the horizon for any sign of rescue. But nothing comes. Still, he refuses to give up. Using what little remained from the shipwreck, he builds himself a small hut, a humble shelter to protect him from the elements and wild animals. Life falls into a routine. Every day, he ventures out to search for food, always keeping one eye on the horizon, desperately hoping to spot a passing ship. His prayers become more frequent, more desperate. "Please, God," he would say, "send someone to save me." Then one day, something terrible happens. After returning from his daily food search, he sees something that makes his heart sink to his stomach. His little hut, the only thing he had left in this world, is completely engulfed in flames. Everything he managed to salvage, everything he built with his own hands, reduced to nothing but ashes. In that moment, all his hope vanishes like smoke in the wind. His knees hit the sand as he cries out in anguish, "God, why? Why have you abandoned me? Why don't you ever answer my prayers?" But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Just a few hours later, as he sits there surrounded by the ashes of his former shelter, something appears on the horizon. A ship, and it's heading straight for him. When the rescue boat finally reaches the shore, the man can hardly believe his eyes. Still puzzled, he asks the captain, "How did you find me? I've been here for so long and no one has come until now." The captain's response? It stops him in his tracks. "We saw your smoke signal," the captain says with a smile. "We wouldn't have spotted this tiny island if it wasn't for that large fire." In that moment, everything becomes clear. What seemed like his lowest point, the destruction of his shelter, was actually God's way of answering his prayers. The very thing that made him lose faith was the miracle he'd been praying for all along. You see, sometimes in life, what appears to be going wrong might actually be exactly what needs to happen. When it feels like everything is falling apart, remember this story. God, the universe, or whatever you believe in might be working in mysterious ways. That setback you're facing? It could be setting you up for something better. That loss you're grieving? It might be making space for something greater. The key is to keep faith, even when the path ahead seems dark. Because sometimes our biggest blessings come disguised as our worst moments.